Ladies, this is one major quality a man must possess or have before you accept his proposal or agree to marry him. He must love God and humanity. Are you hearing me? The man that wants to marry you must love God and humanity. You must see genuine love for God and humanity. Otherwise, don't marry him. Because his assignment in your life is to love you. His assignment is to love you. So you have to be sure that he loves God with all his heart. And then he loves people. Don't just say he loves you alone. No. If he loves only you, there's every tendency that a time will come that the love will not be there. It won't last. But if love flows out of him or through him to others and to God, you can be sure that this man is your own. The assignment of a man in your life is to love you unconditionally. So you have to check him out in this perspective, in this area. You have to make sure that he loves people and he loves God. Does he love people who are poor? Does he love the poor? Does he love people who can't give him anything? Does he love people who cannot do him anything? All right, who cannot give him anything, who can't bless him? That's people who are dejected, people who are not up to his standard. Or does he look down on them? Is he someone that loves people? Does he like people? Does he love them? Does he love God? Does he love people unconditionally? Look around the people around him. How does he treat them? Any way he treats God and people should tell you how he's going to treat you. Don't assume that when he marries you, he's going to love you because you are his wife. No. People will always be who they are. That man you want to marry has built up or formed a certain character in that area of love. All right? So you need to know which one has it developed. Which one does it have? Because people give what they have. It's what someone has that he will give. They are not just going to start loving you because they are married to you. Does he love the people around him? How does he treat his family members? How does he treat his friends? How does he treat outsiders? And how does he treat God? Most importantly, he must love God. Because a man that loves God and reverences God will never maltreat you. Anybody who does not have the capacity to love God can't love you. Until a person loves God genuinely, they cannot love you unconditionally. It is the love of God that makes a man to love his wife regardless of whatever he faces in the marriage. A man who doesn't love God, does not reverence God, can't remain in the marriage when there are some certain kind of challenges, marriage challenges. Because marriage has many faces. There are faces of challenges. There are times, just like Abraham and Sarah, that some persons will have to wait for the fruit of the womb. All right? Now, is it able to stand with you when there is such a situation, or will it just back out and back up? Because he does not love God. If he loves God and he fears God, he has the fear of the Lord, he will not leave you in the middle of the ocean. You need to be sure that this man loves God before you marry him or accept to marry him. The Bible says in 1 John chapter 4, verse 7, it says, whoever loves God must love human beings, must love people. The sign or what you should look out for in that born again man that you want to marry, because he has to be born again. You have no business with any man that's not born again. I'm talking about kingdom marriage. You have no business with a man who is not born again. I've always said that Adam was in the presence of God when God created Eve and gave to him. God did not give Adam a wife hovering around anywhere that does not glorify him. All right? God gave Adam Eve in his presence, because the Bible says every day the Lord comes to have koinonia fellowship with Adam. So Adam was not outside of his will. In fact, Adam had found destiny. Adam was in the will of God. He was in the garden, taking care of the garden as commanded by God. So he was in his assignment. He was in alignment with God when God gave him Eve. So don't marry a man who does not love God, who does not have the fear of the Lord, and who does not love humanity, and be hoping that he will love you well. No, he can't love you the way he should. He can't love you unconditionally unless he has the fear of God. A man who fears God will not do some certain things to you, because he knows that he's not only responsible to love you, he's not only obligated to love you, also he's answerable to God. All right? God bless you. Till I see you again on Other Money.